Minister Farrakhan. I have a question for Minister Farrakhan. And it's a very serious question. I heard what you said, and I understand what you're saying. But what you gave is, you just gave reasons why, to the average person that might be listening out there, and really I tell you, we're operating under fear right now. And the average person will now say, Minister Farrakhan said this, so I might not need to move. I might not need to do anything in terms of our agenda, our people to move. I know what you're saying. It can be said that that's why we don't need to do anything.
Right.
But you got millions of families, black families in America, black babies, black men, black women, who are suffering. Who speaks for them? Nobody in America right now speaks for black people, whether they're elected, anointed, or appointed. Whenever they mention black people, they say minority, or they say women, Hispanic, black people. The Latino community, Hispanic is really, first of all, not a race, it's a culture. And so they come together around common cause to get something. We work with Latino, we didn't work with Hispanic, we work with the Latino, which is a whole different thing. So you have Gutierrez who have no problems talking about the Latino community. You have your white Tea Party, you have Lipinski, all the rest of them talking about the white community. You have labor, and I know a lot of folks with labor in here, pushing bills, but at the same time they won't allow black folks to get in the unions. You have them saying, bring us the shovel-ready projects, and you drive down the Dan Ryan or drive down 47th Street or 55th Street, don't see no black folks working. So we have to, and I guess I'm just free. Dr. King gave his life. Dr. King said, if you're not ready to die, don't go to war.
Say that again.
If you're not ready to die, don't go to war. Wear your cemetery suit, because there's going to be some casualty. Not that I want our president. I'm saying that in our community right now, there is no other community in this country that's suffering more than us. You said America's coming to its end, and I'm going to end this tab, I want to tell him.
I'm going to jump in, yeah.
I'm going to say, but with us, those of us who are descendants of enslaved Africans in America, we have no currency in no country. We have a continent, but we have no currency in country, which means that we have a right to the resources because of all the things that you said we've done. So that's my concern right now.
Let me jump in. I'm going to let you respond.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying, number one. Number two, I'm going to turn that into a very short question for the brother minister to hone in on the point you're making. Before I do that, on the stage to my right, the platform to my right, where you saw Father Flager give the invocation and Dr. Watson welcome us in 2 minutes because we're going to lose C-SPAN in an hour, and I promise the last hour would go to you to ask questions. Don't all jump at once, but if you want to move toward my right, there's a line. There are our guides and helpers over here to my right will line you up. They're already lined up good. So if you want to get in line for a question, we got an hour. For Q&A with the audience, you're going to have 30 seconds to make your statement or ask your question, and you will be cut off at 30 seconds, whether you are done or not. And we're going to do that. We're going to cut you off in love, but you will be cut off. But the line is starting to my right, and we're going there literally in 2 minutes after Minister Farrakhan addresses this question posed by our dear sister Dorothy, which is, and we all know what you meant. I know what you meant. But her question basically is, we don't want folk to think that you are suggesting that to have critical dialogue, critique of the president when he's wrong, is going to aid and abet those who want to assassinate him.
He heard my question.
Yeah, he got it.
But it was more than that. You heard all of it, right?
We got it.
Very loud and very clear, and I will just answer like this.
Sure.
The Bible says the fearful and the unbelieving will have their part in a lake that burns with fire. Ooh. Any of us in this audience that are afraid, the fear that you have has already limited your ability to participate in a black agenda. So fear is what the enemy ruled us with.
Come on, minister.
And fear is what he put into our mothers so that we could drink the milk of fear from our mother's breast. So I'm not trying to inspire anyone to be afraid. I'm inspiring you to be critical in that principle of love. But as I said that, I'm warning our enemies and his enemy. Don't play with what we did here today and make mockery of sincere exhortation of our president.
We got it.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm also warning to keep your hands off of him. And to the government of the United States, do your best to protect him. You slipped up and let people walk in to a dinner that they had no business being in. Your security is not what it should be. So tighten it up.
And the church said, all right.